Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for another Rhino Tool House product presentation. I'm Ryan Mashlan, an applications engineer for the Midwest region. Rhino Tool House has 7 different regions covering over 30 different states, from the Dakotas all the way to the Carolinas. We have an application engineer wherever your needs may be. Please do not hesitate to reach out. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the Gorbel GForce hoist. It's a servo-driven hoist. It has many features. It's got dedicated I/O. It's smooth, fast, and it's also extremely safe. This is a product that I really wish I would have had a few years back when I was picked up my first salmon boat. When I bought the boat, I knew the floor was soggy and squishy. Transom was at the end of its life due to waterlog and it was just rotted out. I had to take the engine out, and I was using a rickety old hoist that my dad had in the shop. I'd be lying if I told you I didn't believe the integrity of this hoist. I didn't think it would actually hold the engine, but come to find out it did. You know, I was concerned that the hoist would drop a $5,000 engine, and or worse yet, you know, hit somebody or kill them. So having this hoist and taking this out was a big concern of mine. Once I got the engine out, I put my brand new marine grade plywood in, my fiberglass over top all the joints, reformed the entire transom. Once that was done, I put a gel coat over top of that, which essentially makes it, gives it that white appearance, and it waterproofs everything. And then the daunting task of putting this engine back in with this beautiful old hoist. So, you know, it's one of those applications where you need to have precision, and you got to be able to bring the engine in just so we could get the jack shaft lined up with the I/O and make sure that the motor mounts are all on properly. This was a task that took us several hours due to the fact that, you know, I didn't have quality tools for the job. Needless to say, we got the job done, probably not as fast or as easy as it should have been. But that summer we went out, we brought the boat out, we caught a ton of fish, everything was running great. Put it away that year, got it winterized for winter time. And then the following spring, took the boat out, I was starting it up, I hooked water up to the I/O, and I turned the key and I just heard a loud bang. And right then and there, I knew that I was gonna be replacing the engine. So I bent a piston rod. So again, I had to use this unsafe, slow, rickety old hoist to pull this engine out and put a brand new engine back in. Again, I knew how long this task was going to be because I did it once before, and it was not fun or pleasant. I wish I would have had a GForce hoist to, you know, use to put the engine in place and meticulously line it up with the jack shaft and make sure everything was in proper place. Because if it wasn't lined up properly, this is something that could throw bearings and have huge vibrations. You lose horsepower, you know, the boat could leak, and, you know, worst case scenario, it could sink. Thankfully that never happened. So we got the new engine put in, and everything is great. So I want to talk a little bit about the GForce. The GForce is, like I said, a servo-driven hoist. So do you have anything in your manufacturing facility where you have old hoists that just aren't being used because they're slow, they're not very accurate for the job, or you just plain out think they're not safe? Do you have any applications in which you think a GForce hoist would be a great addition? You know, helping be more ergonomic, speed up your process, and, you know, employees would be more apt to use it. These are all a couple of things to think about when, you know, you're designing your next line. A couple of key features with the Gorbel hoist are the float mode. So I have a hoist behind me here, and I can put the hoist right now. I can't move it, but I can put the hoist into float mode. It records the data of how much weight is currently being used, and now I can move this hoist anywhere. Another key feature is this patented swivel technology that Gorbel came out with. What this does is allows the operator to swivel the part around and never cause a bind or twist inside of the cable. It's really handy. So I can take the part out of float mode by simply pressing the trigger on the handle. I can actually go over to my part, place my part, and because we have I/O integrated into this head unit, we can clamp the part. So now the part is clamped, I can pick it up, and I can move this wherever I would like. I have upper and lower limits for this particular hoist. The upper limits allow me to only go to a certain height. The lower limits allow me to slow the hoist down and only go to a particular bottom position. What this does for us is A, it creates a safe work environment. B, it protects the part. You know, if I have a part that's long and I go at full force all the way into the ground, not knowing where the ground is, I could damage the part and this would cause rework and, you know, ultimately inhibit production. So I can place the part, I can put it back into float mode, I can place it on the table. And now, well, I guess one other thing to note is I can take the hoist up and I cannot unlatch it because the servo hoist is recognizing that there's a load. So the only way to bring it to unlatch it is to relieve the hoist, the head unit of the load, and now we can unlatch. Gorbel is a great product, it's been along for a long time. They are in many manufacturing facilities and they're going to continue to grow. So if you have an application in which we could definitely help you out with, please don't hesitate to reach out. So that concludes my short presentation, but by all means, reach out to me, reach out to your local sales rep, and we can get you some more information on the Gorbel hoist. You can also reach us at our website at rhinotoolhouse.com. Thank you for all your attendance and have a good day.